I want to show you why I personally use SwanBitcoin.com to buy $10 a day worth of Bitcoin and how you can do it too, the features of it, why it's secure, and why it's better than places like Robinhood or Coinbase for buying cryptocurrency. Plus, I want to show you how small daily purchases of Bitcoin has continued to outperform things like the stock market and pretty much every other asset class out there. What's up, everybody? It's Jacob Wade here from Roadmap Money, and I'm here to help you build a life you love with the money you already have, plus the money you're going to grow and invest in Bitcoin using Swan Bitcoin. Well, it seems like everybody and their dog has started investing in crypto. I just read a stat recently that actually only 1 in 10 people are currently invested in cryptocurrency. Now, it's new, it's kind of confusing, and honestly, it's really volatile, and people have lost a ton of money, including myself, trying to day trade it. So I get the hesitation, but that means 90% of you watching this don't have any investments in crypto, and maybe you want to get started. So I think the safest and best way is to invest in Bitcoin and to do it daily. Investing $10 a day into Bitcoin over the last 5 years would have turned your $18,000 investment into $290,000. That is a 1,500% return on investment. And so SwanBitcoin.com makes that really easy. It's literally designed to only do one thing, which is to make regular purchases into Bitcoin over time. And that's it. They have very low fees. They don't charge a spread. They're just a quality company that believes in Bitcoin, and they want to help you do this safely. So we're gonna walk through how Swan Bitcoin works. We're gonna deep dive into the details of how to invest with Swan Bitcoin, how they protect their assets, how they encourage you to withdraw and own your own Bitcoin, as well as compare their fees to places like Coinbase so you can make the comparisons for yourself. So Swan Bitcoin is super simple to sign up for it. If you want to use my referral link, it is down below. You can go to swanbitcoin.com/Jacob-Wade, or you could just go to swanbitcoin.com and go and just put your email address in. They'll send you an email, and then you're just going to verify your email. So once you've input your email address to sign up, it's going to give you a sign-in link with a code here. And so just go through and hit create new Swan account, and you're going to want to copy this code over and put it into the application and agree to the terms of use here and just hit activate account. That's it. So Swan Bitcoin is going to want to set up two-factor authentication by verifying your phone number. This is just another security measure in case somebody tries to get into your account. You're going to go through and you can verify by phone number. And then you also want to you're going to need to put in something like a social security number to verify it. Your identity as well. Okay, so once you've verified Swan Bitcoin through your phone by clicking on that link, they're now going to walk you through identity verification. They follow KYC, or Know Your Customer standards, which is just making sure you're you. And they do this by having you input your social security number. They also have you upload a photo of a government issued ID, like your driver's license. And they'll even have you take selfies of both sides of your face just to make sure that you are you before you can connect your bank and start purchasing Bitcoin. So verifying is a little bit of a hassle, but once you're fully verified, it only takes a couple hours usually to get access to your Swan Bitcoin account, and then you can set up your savings plan. So I've got my account here. You can see I have set up $10 a day to purchase Bitcoin, and I've had that set up for a while, but I'll just walk you through what that looks like. You can do daily, you could do weekly or monthly purchases. There are discounts for investing a little bit more weekly and monthly, and I'll show you what that looks like on the next tab here. But let's just say you want to put $10 a day into Bitcoin. We're just going to hit the next section here. Now you're going to choose your payment method. So you can see my account's already linked, but you're essentially going to want to link a checking account, specifically a checking account. One, they don't do debit and credit cards because there are high transaction fees, and they're trying to keep fees very low. And two, especially in the US, for savings accounts, if you're going to be making daily purchases, there are typically regulations that stop you from transferring more than 6 times per month out of a savings account. You can do a savings account if you want to, but I would just be slightly wary of so many transactions coming out of your savings account and having a penalty for that. Okay, and then this last part, before you execute your savings plan, you've connected your bank, you've selected how much you want to purchase. They've got a couple of different fee options here. So you can see there's weekly fees, or if you prepay annually, they'll actually give you a 0.1% discount on your fees. Now, what you'll probably notice is these fees are already far lower than places like Coinbase that could charge up to 5% if you're using a credit or debit card on these daily purchases, in addition to extra fees for what they call the spread. So this is already extremely inexpensive to make these purchases. So if you want to prepay your fees for the entire year, you can do that and have a small discount, or you can just pay them every week for your purchases. And then you basically set this up to recurring withdrawals. So you're making a withdrawal per week, which is $70 a week for me. And then they make those $10 purchases with the account balance. And then once you get down to zero, they'll transfer another $70 over and then make those daily purchases. And as you can see, it's 83 cents a week, which is very, very low comparatively. So here's my dashboard, and this is how I've invested so far with Swan Bitcoin. Like I said, I started a couple of months ago in late August. I think Bitcoin was around 50,000 at that point, and then it just tanked. And as it was going down to about $40,000, I was pretty excited because I knew, oh, well, I'm buying it cheaper, right? And so you can see here, I've invested $600. This is for $746, about a 24% return, which is pretty incredible. Honestly, they show you how much you have purchased, what you have available to withdraw, and you can even set up automatic withdrawals to your hardware wallet or a software wallet and take custody of your own Bitcoin. They also have this thing called buy instantly. So say there's some major correction in the market, you want to buy the dip, you can do that with Swan Bitcoin as well, with the balance that you already have there. And so you can do a buy instantly option. There's also the ability, which is similar to buy instantly, is convert now. So I've got $30 sitting there, and it's going to be $10 a day for the next 3 days before they transfer another $70 in. Well, if the Bitcoin dipped to a point where I just like, no, I got to throw all of this in now, you can hit convert now, and it'll take that entire $30 and make the investment right away. So they do still give you some ability to make purchases directly. Okay, and the history is honestly my favorite part about this app, because you can just see the purchases happening with no input on my part, no emotional purchasing, no FOMO, no YOLO. It just happens. So this is my current transactions, but if we pop over here, we can go back to August 27th, the day that I started buying. Bitcoin was at $49,000. And as soon as I started using this app, it tanked. It went to 48 and then went to 47, right? And then it kind of popped back up for just a little bit, and then it just dropped, right? You can see it down to 45. And so for a couple of weeks, even a month there, especially back here in the end of September when things just dropped all the way down to, I think what it was, $41,000 there, I was negative. But that's okay because I was buying at those levels. And then eventually Bitcoin recovered, and now it's up in the 60s again. And as you can see, those daily purchases allowed me to essentially buy the dip on automatic and get myself to a 20+% return at this point. Okay, we alluded to fees a little bit, but I just want to show you a quick side-by-side comparison. This is directly on Swan Bitcoin's site, but Coinbase, if you made a weekly purchase of these amounts, these are true fees. I've actually ran this. A $10 purchase per day, let's call it a daily purchase. $10 a day, they're gonna charge you 99 cents, which is a 9.9% fee. It's mind-blowing. And so it gets lower the slightly more that you buy here, but if you're making these small, regular purchases, Coinbase is going to just destroy you with fees. Now, I like Coinbase as an accessible app, and I use Coinbase the Pro version, but the Pro version doesn't let you make daily purchases. I wonder why, because their fees are lower. So, but if you're just comparing the regular Coinbase app versus Swan, as you can see here, it's an insane, up to 80% savings, especially if you're doing those daily purchases. And then some people use Cash App as well, and Cash App is a little bit better, but still, those $10 a day or $50 to $70 worth a week, you're still going to have a 30 to 50% savings depending on which Swan option you choose here. So again, they save you a ton in fees. Now, I do want to address Robinhood. So Robinhood recently came out with a couple of updates that made me honestly consider using them. One is that you can make daily purchases of Bitcoin And 2, they don't charge transaction fees. Now, that on the surface level makes it sound like, okay, you're paying 0.99%, which is pretty low, but 0 is way lower, right? Here's the problem. Robinhood charges what's called a spread. And the spread fee is the difference between the current market price of Bitcoin and what they ended up executing your purchase at. So if Bitcoin's at 60,000, and you're like, I want to buy Bitcoin today, right now at 60,000, but somebody has an asking price of 61,000, they might match you up with them, and all of a sudden you're paying a $61,000 Bitcoin price versus 60,000. And the difference between those two numbers is called the spread, and Robinhood takes and pockets that money. They are a multi-billion-dollar company for a reason, and it is specifically because of the spread. They also collect commissions on how they route those trades. So we're not going to get way deep into it, but payment for order flow is a huge issue, especially when the meme stocks took off earlier this year. Payment for order flow is another way that they make money. So there's just a lot of backdoor things that just make me still not trust my money with Robinhood, especially for these daily purchases. The last thing is, they own your Bitcoin, not you. You cannot currently transfer it off. Now, they have a Bitcoin wallet coming up soon, and you can ability to transfer your crypto out, but why would they want you to transfer money off of their platform? They're not incentivized to do that. So on Bitcoin, collects a small amount of fees, and they encourage you to take the Bitcoin off their platform. So again, it's just a transparency and honesty thing, and I think ultimately you're going to save more money because, as you can see here, Swan Bitcoin does not charge a spread or a markup for these Bitcoin purchases. And they even say, unlike many exchange services, all of our fees are clear and upfront. We don't charge you above market value for Bitcoin purchased, which is something Robinhood is notorious for. And in fact, Coinbase does it as well. These are publicly traded companies, right, that have a responsibility to their shareholder to make them money. So just another reason that even when you think something is quote unquote free, it still can be cheaper to do something like swanbitcoin.com. Swan also has this auto withdraw Bitcoin feature, which is, again, them encouraging you to take Bitcoin off of their platform over into your own custody. So you can set up auto withdrawals, right? So you've got your recurring purchases, and once Bitcoin hits a certain level, you can actually set up an auto withdrawal to your Bitcoin wallet. So that could be a hot wallet or a hardware wallet, like a ledger, and you can set these different amounts, right? So you can just do a withdrawal every week of your balance. When it hits a certain level, like 0.01 BTC, or you can see 0.025 BTC. At any point, you can set those levels and set it to auto withdrawal. You use threshold. And then from here, you can just connect your Bitcoin wallet and you can transfer those funds over automatically. You can also do just a one-time transfer down here as well. You can just hit withdraw now, and then you can connect your wallet address, or you can even do multiple addresses. Okay, and I just want to go over a couple of frequently asked questions about Swan, just to make sure any of your questions are answered. If you have any other questions outside of this video, please drop them in the comments below. I will do my best to come down and respond to those and give you the answers if you have any questions. So one of these questions is, what time does Swan recurring purchases happen? If they're going to buy them every day, at what point do they happen? Well, basically the answer is it varies, and it depends on when your funds from your bank being transferred over are cleared and then they execute the purchase. If you look at those daily purchases, if we go to my account, for example, and we look at my daily purchases, you can see the day that they happened. But if you want to see the actual time they happen, just hover it over here and you can see it says 23:12, so that's about 11:12 p.m. Or you can just download this CSV file and it'll give you the history of all of those transactions, and you open up this file and it'll show you the exact actual time, right? So if you go to the date here, again, you expand that. It looks like most of them are happening in the evening. They're using military time here, but 21, 22, which is, I guess, what, 9 and 10 p.m. or so. So you can get that from the CSV file if you want to see what time those purchases happen. Another question is, they even address this, how can you make sure that you're getting a fair purchase price? Well, first of all, we talked about they don't charge excess fees. They do these recurring transfers from a checking account only, so they're not going to give you any of those extra fees like you would get from a credit or a debit card. They also don't charge a spread or a markup. So for Robinhood, for example, if Bitcoin was at $39,754, the actual price that you're going to pay is this $39,936. They're charging a $182 spread between what you're trying to purchase at and what they actually fill your order at. So it's, again, it's all hidden on those platforms, and they do full transparency. They don't charge that spread or markup. Another question would be, how does Swan store and secure your Bitcoin? So Bitcoin is stored in their partner Prime Trust, who is a company that also stores fiat digital assets for other very, very large companies as well, billions and billions of dollars worth of assets. They put your Bitcoin in what they call cold storage, meaning it is fully offline. As you can see here, Bitcoin is stored in offline cold storage wallets using best-in-class security practices, and you can dig into the details of what those are. But essentially, your Bitcoin is not online for someone to access, hack, steal, any of those things. So they're fully in cold storage, and they use Prime Trust for that. And then finally, Swan has a referral program. So like I said earlier, I'll have my link in the description below. It's just swanbitcoin.com/Jacob-Wade. And if you sign up using that, I get 25% of the fees purchased for your account for an entire year. So they give me a cut, but they will give you a $10 bonus in Bitcoin. So they will give you $10 in Bitcoin if you use my referral link below. And then once you join Swan, you can go build your own referral link here, and you can share that with friends and anyone you want to join this program. So it's just a cool way to get more people to use the program. Again, my link is in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, and in fact, it'll give you a $10 bonus if you use that. And I just want to say, as someone that's here on the internet making videos, trying to help people with their money, any referral or affiliate link that you use on my channel, I truly, truly, truly deeply appreciate. It helps fund this channel, helps me put out more awesome content to try to help more people. But I know that you've spent some time with me and you've gone out of your way to click that link. So from the bottom of my heart, seriously, I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's how to use Swan Bitcoin. They make it really, really easy to do the best way of investing in cryptocurrency, in my opinion, which is daily small purchases. They specifically focus on Bitcoin because it is the original, it is the king of all cryptos. So if you want to start making daily purchases for very low fees at a very secure location, swanbitcoin.com is one of my favorite places to do it. I know people buy crypto on Robinhood and Coinbase, and those platforms have their places. But if you are someone who wants a longer term investment, who wants to just make a simple dollar cost average investment into Bitcoin over the long term, no question, Swan Bitcoin is the best option out there for Americans right now. So if you do use that link below, again, thank you. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and smash the like button. No, I'm not gonna say that, everybody says that. If you'd like to hit the like button, I really appreciate that. It tells YouTube that I helped you in this video, that it was awesome, and you wanna share it with more people, so their algorithm tells more and more people about this video. And if you subscribe to my channel below, that helps as well. And then there's a little notification bell. And if you tap that bell, you will be instantly informed of any time I post a new video. I've got lots more coming, more content on cryptocurrency and investing, budgeting, and everything to do with money, including talking more about our architecting a year off to travel. So, and if you have any questions, again, please drop in the comments, shoot me a DM on any of the socials. I would be happy to answer them. So thank you again so much for being here, and I'm out.